Dead Poets Society, Robin Williams on screen, a classroom electric with something I couldn't yet name. The poem came through him like a current, not recited but felt. I didn't know then that it was Whitman. I didn't know it was about Lincoln or war or a nation grieving its leader. I just knew it landed somewhere deep and stayed there. Years later, scrolling through an English literature page I follow, there it was again. Same words, different context, and something clicked. This poem had been waiting for me to come back to it properly. So here I am. O Captain, My Captain by Walt Whitman, 1865. O Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every rack. The prize we sought is won. The port is near, the bells I hear, the people all exulting. But oh, heart, 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 oh, the bleeding drops of blood, where on the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. O captain, my captain, rise up and hear the bells. Rise up, for you the flag is flung, for you the bugle trills, for you bouquets and ribbon wreath, for you the shows are crowding. For you they call the swaying mist, their eager faces turning. Here, Captain, dear father, this arm beneath your head. It is some dream that on the deck you have fallen cold and dead. My captain does not answer. His lips are pale and still. My father does not feel my arm. He has no pulse nor will. The ship is anchored safe and sound, its voyage closed and done. From fearful trip, the victor ship comes in with object one. Exult, O shores, and ring, O bells. But I, with mournful tread, walk the deck my captain lies, fallen, cold and dead. So beautiful poetry it is. I just want you to get the historical context of it. So, Walt Whitman wrote this elegy in 1865 in the immediate aftermath of Abraham Lincoln's assassination. Every image in the poem carries a second meaning. So, how does it go? The captain here is Lincoln, the ship is the United States. The fearful trip is the Civil War. The prize we sought is the preservation of the Union. The nation had survived, the war was won over, and the man who had carried it through was gone. Painful. The poem is built on a devastating contrast. The crowd celebrates on the shore while the speaker stands alone on the deck, staring at a body, public victory, private devastation. That tension is the poem's entire emotional life. Literary features include extended metaphor, allegory, the maritime world, the ship, the captain, the voyage, the port, sustains the Lincoln analogy from first line to last without ever naming him directly. The restraint makes it more powerful, not less. Fallen, cold, and dead closes every stanza like a door being shut. Each repetition is heavier than the last. By the third, It feels final in a way that goes beyond words. Collective triumph versus individual grief. The poem keeps cutting between the cheering shores and the silent deck. Whitman refuses to let you rest in either feeling. He rushes through it. The ballad like rhythm, unlike most of Whitman's sprawling, untamed free verse, this poem is structured, rhymed, almost song like. That was deliberate. He wanted it to be remembered, he wanted it heard. Probably by because the rhythm exists, I've been able to recite it the way I did. And I keep wondering that why it resonates so well in Dead Poets Society. In the film, the poem is stripped of its Civil War origins entirely. And something unexpected happens. It becomes larger. When the when the students stand on their desks and call out, "Oh Captain, my captain," to John Keating, which is Robin Williams, a teacher being driven out, a man who um, lit something in them that the institution couldn't contain. The poem transforms. It becomes a universal elegy for any mentor who's lost too soon, for an idealism crushed by systems that fear it. That's what great literature does. It travels. The emotional core of the poem doesn't belong to 1865. It belongs to anyone who has ever achieved something significant and found that the person they most wanted to share it with was no longer there. Captures the grief quite intensely, and precisely why it still hits.